Lads, welcome back to Fusion YGO. It is once again your boy Christian the Cartman. We got some more news to discuss today. Just a few different separate cards, not like a whole list of things, but I'll give you guys my thoughts really quick. So first off here is standard for Sky Striker. Now they're getting Link 2s. 1500 attack, top right, bottom left arrows. Materials are just two only special summon Camellia once per turn. Soft once per turn. If you have 3 or less spells in your graveyard, you can send a Sky Striker card from your deck to the graveyard. I mean, that sets you up for Kagari. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls, special summon this card to their field. If you do send that monster to the graveyard, also shift control to this card's owner during the end phase of this turn. So that's a pretty good effect to be able to get rid of an opponent's monster. It is targeting, but non-destruction removal. That also gives this card back to you during the end phase. The rough part about that is that that will turn off your first effect, and the materials are the biggest part of this card. It used to be any 2 monsters equaled Orchest combo. Now any 2 monsters equals Sky Striker plays. You can summon this, dump your Engage, turn this into a Kagari, add Engage back, and then you have everything you need for Striker from there. It's it allows you to play Striker packages in decks, like very small Striker packages. You can use them either as extenders with like Hornet drones. You can use it with just playing Striker as like a control engine for stuff like Widow Anchors, Afterburners. There's so much potential that this has. And yeah, so Striker is going to be sticking around for a lot longer. This also does give you the ability to be able to get a Kaiju in any deck. This can just, once again, it can set you up at the Engage, and then you can use that Engage to search the Hamp Kaiju monster. So that's pretty interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff that this can do, though, that people are kind of skipping over with all the new Sky Striker cards on the way. So I definitely want to lab around with this and see what it can do, but the fact that any deck can just now play Striker for free is a little intimidating. But yeah, overall, I just felt this card was something that needed to be talked about more as just being a generic option for decks to be able to go into. I mean, even just having a generic Link 2 for a lot more places, or a lot more decks to go into that can deck thin and be able to do other stuff. There's a lot of utility in this card, and I don't know if I'm excited to see what it's actually able to do in the game. It very well could just flop on release. You never know, but I know there's a lot of Striker fans out there, and I know that this is definitely going to see at least some play. Anyways, next up here, we have our Volcanic Trap here, the last Volcanic card coming out. Art is totally sick. I absolutely love this. Volcanic Emission is a normal trap. You get to activate one of these effects. You get to either take one volcanic monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. Okay, wow. But return it to the hand during the end phase. Second effect, target one pyro monster on the field, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. If you controlled the targeted activation, the damage inflicted by the effect is halved. The reason it has this clause about you controlling it is because you basically want to give your opponent a volcanic queen and then burn them. But I don't remember exactly what all the rest of the new cards do, so I can't say for sure whether or not this is great. I mean, the fact that it ignores the summoning conditions is pretty strong, so that allows you to summon like Doomfire and things like that. Of course, you can also just summon a Rocket, get an extra Blaze Accelerator right away, or even just add it to your hand for follow-up. So there is applications for this card. Once again, I just don't quite remember all of the rest of the new support, but I think this definitely seems like a pretty good card for the deck. It is mostly a burn control style deck, so I think this will fit in pretty natively, to be honest. And just having the option to be able to deal a lot of damage to your opponent seems pretty solid to me. We just need more decent pyro monsters now. The new volcanic monsters were definitely a good start, though. Last up for today is the OCG effect of Junk Mail. This is a new kind of synchron type of support here. Level 1 Earth Warrior Tuner effect monster. So already pretty solid. I mean, being an Earth Warrior is actually kind of relevant. 400 attack, 100 defense, pretty small. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, a synchro monster that uses this card as material cannot be destroyed by battle. Pretty mediocre effect, but it can come up, I suppose. If this card in your graveyard, if this card is in your graveyard, you control a synchro monster whose original name includes Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust, except during the turn this card is sent to the graveyard. You can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. I don't think this card is seeing any play. I'm gonna be real. It's a junk card, but it doesn't have Synchron in the name, so it's already dead to Junk Speeder. It's another tuner, which the deck already has plenty of. Not being able to be destroyed by battle is like, okay. A lot of your smaller tuners are just used to climb up into the bigger tuners to get you into your really big synchros, so that kind of won't matter by the time you get to where you need to be. And then the graveyard effect, if it didn't have the clause except during the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, it would be a lot better. But the deck does already have a lot of that, so it doesn't really need like an extra one. So it just kind of seems like a, I don't know, just kind of like a win more, like a wannabe win more card that doesn't really even serve that purpose. It's just kind of a flavor card, I think. I mean, the fact that we have a card that's literally called Junk Mail, I think is pretty funny. But overall, the effect is like not that impressive. So yeah, anyways, I think that's all I got to cover for you guys today. I'm pretty sure that was all the news that we missed. If you have any thoughts, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing your guys' opinions on these cards. And of course, if you want more of this content in the future, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay tuned for the channel. And remember, good fun. Have luck.